of the San Antonio Filipino American Chamber of Commerce and the Parliamentarian for Philippine Women of America. I have always been an advocate of seeing Filipino American organizations coming in unity. And tonight is very special because I see different Filipino American organizations coming together for one goal. What that goal is, you'll find out in a little bit. All right, so I would like to ask everybody to please help me acknowledge the presence of our different organizations. We have Organizations of Filipinos in Texas. Please stand up from the table. Thank you. Thank you so much, OFT, for everything that you do for the community. We also have Philippine Chorale Ensemble. All right, we have the San Antonio Filipino American Chamber of Commerce. And some members are still coming. We have the Philippine Nursing Association, Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio, or PNASA. And we have CAPSAT here. All right, and we have PACC, CTR. Did I miss any organization? I don't want anybody mad at me tonight. Did I miss an organization in the room? Philippine, what's your organization? Oh, Philippine Dance Ensemble! Alright, I'm so sorry. Okay, at least I know now I won't get out of this room with people mad at me. Alright, okay. So I'm sure, we all have different organizations, right? We all have our own objectives. But at the end of the day, it's not about what the name of our organization is, who the leaders are, what our titles are. At the end of the day, it is about serving the Filipino American community of San Antonio. Do you agree? Yes. So to all the officers of different organizations here in the room and the members, thank you. On behalf of SAFAC and PWA, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for supporting PWA's 36th anniversary celebration this evening. And of course, we would like to acknowledge the presence of some of our VIPs for this evening, but that would be for our President of Philippine Women of America, to name them. So please help me welcome the President of the Philippine Women of America, Ms. Jocelyn Brandon. Where's Ms. Jocelyn Brandon? Ms. Jocelyn Brandon, here you go. Ms. Jocelyn Brandon has been so busy all day. She's been doing a lot of things today.
I was going to tell her to go let you guys eat your salad, so that way, while we're eating, I'm going to welcome you guys. Good evening, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. This is I'm breaking my own rule. I don't have my cheat sheet, so I'll be just gonna be here for like maybe 1 hour until the mayor leaves. Just joking. But I am so glad. Welcome everybody. This is the first time that all the organizations are here. First time for us, the PWA, and first time for everybody. This is the very first that we're collaborating together, and I thank all the organizations. First off, Chona with the SAFAC, the BCE with Dr. Salante, Ms. Mila Shu with the OFT. All the doctors are here in the house, and of course, Ms. Arnie with the PNASA and CAPSA. There's so many important people right there. I want to recognize Councilwoman Rocha. Thank you for coming. And for Councilman Medina, Thank you for coming, sir. And I believe we have retired Vice Admiral Bono. Thank you for coming. And thank you for all the people that has been supporting the PWA. We are celebrating the 36 years. And of course, I'd like to recognize Miss Mina Reed, our founder. And let's not forget, okay, our servicemen. Anybody that's in the service, in the service, please stand up. Would like to give recognition to you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much for all your sacrifices. Let's not forget, I'd like to recognize Miss Gina Jones. Thank you for coming. Well, like I said, I don't have my cheat sheet, so thank you very much. I think I've said that enough. This is it's a very long day, been a long week. Let's not forget, this is for our pageantry. That is our main fundraising for our scholarship. So we have to recognize also these people who's been helping us and everything. Everything we do is for this scholarship. Is this for sisterhood? This is for collaboration. This is for all the people here. And for all the people here, all the women here, you are Philippine women of America. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and that, once again, ladies and gents, is the most hardworking woman in tonight's event, Miss Jocelyn Brandon. She did a wonderful job in making sure everything goes so smoothly and make this event successful. So now, while they are serving dinner, of course, I think your dinner is gonna look more appetizing if you are entertained at the same time. Setting up on the dance floor is Philippine Women of America dancers to dance Tinikling. And for those non-Filipinos in the room, Tinikling is a traditional Philippine folk dance which originated during the Spanish colonial era. The dance involves beating, tapping, and sliding bamboo poles on the ground and against each other in coordination with our dancers, stepping over and in between the poles in a dance. This dance represents the attempts of Filipino farmers to catch and prevent the tickling bird from stealing ripe rice grains from the fields. Once again, help me welcome PWA dancers to dance Tinikling. dancers. Does anybody want to try tinakling? Anybody who wants to try? Alright, come on, PWA dancers, let them try our cultural dance. While everybody's enjoying the dinner, don't hesitate to come to the dance floor if you want to try. Alright, I think our photographer raised his hand. He wants to experience dancing to the plane. Go ahead. We encourage the non-Filipinos to try it.
My time is up. I was was only given 3 minutes to introduce the mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Mayor Ron Nirenberg a big hand of applause. Okay, surely guys, you can do better than that. A big round of applause,
please. Good evening. All right, now that sounds like a fun crowd. Well, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this year's celebration, which is in fact the 36th anniversary of the Philippine Women Association. Let's give another round of applause for PWA. I'm really honored to be here tonight. And first, I want to congratulate PWA on a very significant accomplishment in our community. And also tonight being sort of a unity event for all the different Philippine organizations around town. This is an extraordinary event because, in my knowledge, it's the first time this has ever happened. And so I look forward to this perhaps being a great tradition because I think it's a wonderful initiative. Let me acknowledge some very special guests for the audience today. You did hear their names already. In addition to the presidents of the organization who are here, I am very honored to be joined tonight and have with us as our special guest my former colleague and former city council member in District 7, very close to this area, Chris Medina is here. Chris, thank you very much for being here. You also heard we had two of our most esteemed members of the U.S. military who are here. You heard, and very great to see retired Vice Admiral Rocky Moak was here. Thank you very much, Rocky, for being here. And of course, our most recent U.S. Undersecretary for the U.S. Air Force, Gina Ortiz-Jones is here. Gina, wherever you are, thank you very much. And of course, I'll mention this in just a moment. I'm very honored to be joined by my colleague on the City Council, Adriana Rocha Garcia. We got to travel to Baguio City together. Everybody, thank you very much for being here. It is no secret that Filipino Americans are overrepresented in the highest echelons of the United States military. And just a week ago, we had the honor of recognizing all our veterans in the military who are here in Military City, USA. It is the most sacred obligation we have in San Antonio to be known as Military City, USA. And so job number one for a representative, but also for this whole community, is to make sure that we take care of U.S. servicemen and women, our veterans and their families as well. So thank you all, veterans who are here today. Let's give them a round of applause for each and every one of us here today. I made a remark several years ago that the Filipinos of San Antonio throw the best parties. And I'm sure this will be no different. So it's great to be here with such a spirited group brought together by the Philippine Women Association of America, an organization that's now in its fourth decade of doing important work, helping to raise funds to provide educational assistance to Filipino American high school graduates who are entering college. And I know there are a few here tonight. The scholarships and grants that this organization fund are life-changing for many students. And if there is a single mission that we have in all of the institutions in government in San Antonio, and that is to pave the path so that every young person growing up in San Antonio has the opportunity to get well educated and to have a good career, possibly even here in San Antonio. Kudos to PWA for their valuable and life-changing contributions to our city. Now, I wouldn't be standing here without the significant support of the Filipino associations, all of them in San Antonio, and I want you to know how grateful I am. I am now in my last term as mayor. It has been an honor to serve the city, both as a district-based city council member, but now as mayor. And the Filipino community has always embraced me and In fact, I probably wouldn't have won my first race without you all, so I'm very grateful to everyone here. Thanks to many of you in this room, especially Councilwoman Rocha Garcia. My 4th term has gotten off to a great start, and one of the high points was in July when we signed the Sister City Agreement with Baguio City, Philippines. Many of you came along that trip with us. We had a fantastic time, and it was quite reminiscent of the year before when in this room we signed the Friendship City Agreement with Mayor Benjamin. The agreement will nurture our growing relationship with Filipinos. I want to thank all of the local Filipino community who helped make the Sister City status a reality. And I want you to know that we're going to continue to work to make San Antonio an even greater city, a compassionate, welcoming city that embraces inclusion and is focused on equitable treatment for all. Making sure that San Antonio is a place where the American dream is still alive means that we want to make sure that people have opportunities to thrive. That no matter your walk of life, your circumstances, if you show the initiative here in San Antonio, we want to give you access to the American dream. I love to hear this sound. Because it reminds me of my mom. She's trying to get me and my brother to quiet down. So thank you, whoever did that. Well, brought me back a few years. So, I am proud to be mayor of San Antonio. There is not a better job in the entire world. No other city in Texas, frankly in the United States, in my view, offers the diverse cultural blend that makes San Antonio so special. Throughout its history, our city has been a crossroad with an evolving web of influences from around the world. This is a city where we can celebrate and embrace dual identity. We are the largest majority Latino city in the country, led by a mayor and a county judge for the first time in our history that are both Asian American. Any other heritage that you might have, you can enjoy and celebrate and nurture while at the same time fully enjoying our identity as Americans. Sharing common loyalties and celebrating our different cultures is the San Antonio way. All cultures, ethnicities, and races are welcomed and can feel comfortable here. And San Antonio's Filipino character and community is a vibrant part of our city's culture and character. Believe it or not, and this is something that I have to remind folks all the time, Filipinos first came to Texas in the early 1800s when sailor Francisco Flores arrived in Rockport on a Spanish cargo ship and played an important part in setting the stage for San Antonio's modern era with tremendous leaders in numerous professional fields. Our nation shares a deep and growing bond, a great bond with the Philippines. And as Military City USA, San Antonio has seen many families take on duty stations here. In fact, it is that role and our connection to the U.S. military that paved the way for our sister city relationship with Baguio City. We've welcomed many Filipino families who have answered the call to service and found themselves at San Antonio's military installations. And I join you tonight, especially, in celebrating the U.S. Navy's decision to name a guided missile destroyer after Filipino Medal of Honor recipient Telesforo Trinidad. In 2021, I wrote a letter to Navy Secretary Carlos del Toro, urging that the ship be named after Trinidad. And I want to thank Colonel Cabana for bringing these initiatives to our attention. Trinidad risked his own life to save 2 shipmates during a boiler explosion in 1915. In response, Del Toro wrote to me, considering the extraordinary and proud legacy of service displayed by Trinidad, a Medal of Honor recipient, paired with the representation befitting the sacrifices of our U.S. service members of Filipino descent. This request is especially fitting. Last year, the Navy announced the plan to name the ship in honor of Trinidad, who richly deserves this honor. So tonight is a night for us to celebrate many things. Leadership within the Filipino community, contributing to San Antonio, but also leadership within the Filipino community, bringing to life the highlights and important aspects of the American story, a story that continues to unfold to this very day. And so, as we celebrate our music, our dance, our food, and our heritage, as they have become an undeniable part of San Antonio's spirit and character, tonight's pageantry is a clear display of that fact. On behalf of the City of San Antonio, we appreciate the Filipino community's extraordinary commitment to service and charitable causes. And I want to tell you that to the very last day, the very last hour, and the very last minute of my service as your mayor, I will always keep the Filipino community close to my heart as I serve out the rest of my tenure in honor of you and of the rest of our community. So thank you very much. I'll put on your calendar early. Next year, mark it down. We're going to have the first annual CAPSAT Gala. We're hoping to have some special guests flying for that. But we are here to celebrate and to enjoy a great evening. There is a lot to celebrate. So thank you very much. God bless you all. Have a great evening.